What's up?
Oh, I was just checking out my own screws. Trying to see if I could do something interesting. The answer is no. Yeah, no, these just don't fall at all. Hey, it's Rhythm Cafe here on the Mighty Loading Ready Run Video Entertainment Network.
You know what else it is?
What is it?
October. You know what that
Oh,
means?
God, time for...
We got to start writing 10 instead of 09 on your checks.
Very true. Very entirely true.
Or whatever form you write things on.
It means I don't have to hide my vision from the world for an entire 60 half days.
Also, it's going to get like slightly darker out, so it's not bright all the time.
Oh, super happy about that.
It's going to be drink warm drinks and warm foods and hot foods all the time. It's blanket time. Love fall. Not this fall. I want a colder fall.
Yep.
But, you know, there's a very specific line of not falling into winter.
This is just the start. We haven't even hit squelch season yet here in Victoria, where the crows get out and squelch in the leaves. Squelch with me!
I even put my hammock away and brought out my well, I call it a kotatsu. It's not. It's a low table with a big cushion in front of it. Because when it comes to winter, I like to nest and get as cozy as I can. And as much as I like the hammock's great for summer when you want to feel cold. I don't find it great for cozy.
Two options here. Number one, have we thought about adding a heater to your non-kotatsu to actually fully kotatsify it?
Well, it probably wouldn't work because it's actually a foldable table and the legs go underneath, and it's actually got a lot of plastic parts.
Okay, yeah.
So I would be concerned about that.
Maybe not so much that then.
It's more of a tray that's meant for being on a bed.
Okay, it's one of those ones.
Yeah.
No, it's nothing wrong with that, but yeah, difficult to kotatsify.
Yeah.
That said, have you considered electric blanket inside hammock?
Inside the hammock, really?
Yeah, think about that. You could cocoon up still, and then the electric blanket would definitely warm the whole surface.
I do have an electric blanket. I find them very useful about once a month.
Oh, we used to keep them under our sheets during winter.
And just use it inside my fake kotatsu.
Also that.
Yeah. There's just a difference. Like hammocks about laying flat and kind of a little bit of a swing setty thing, which is good. But I still feel like around this kind of year, it's just like I just want to lay on the floor, but I want to be comfortable laying on the floor. I made sure I vacuumed the whole space too. Before I put it out. Then it feels even nicer.
That's the first step. I don't think we vacuumed the hallway before last night's adventures on them here in the moon base.
Oh, you probably should have.
We probably should have, but I think we're also close enough to like opening day that it's not as bad as it's going to get.
Opening day?
Opening day of here. Well, the first day we came into this office. We have told the people at home that we've
been here for a while, like definitely for long enough that I would have vacuumed.
Oh yeah, I probably would have either. But given the alternative of this hallway here or the previous hallway,
I do like Tinker Tailor make a kotatsu. I know you can get small ones, like one person sized ones.
Well, it's really mostly about the heating element. Because any table will do.
Because it's just a table that you've kind of squished a blanket into between another piece, right? So that it like lays out over the thing.
Yeah, fancier ones you can you can hang and staple or maybe button in the blanket itself. But yeah, for the most part, it's just like it's like a weird tent, but the table is the tent and the wings of the tent are the blanket, and inside the tent is a heating element, which is safe. That's the thing. You need to get the safe heating elements.
Yeah, you just need a low temperature heating element, and you can get stuff that like auto turns off if it gets too hot, right?
I mean,
Isn't that what they do now?
Most things that get hot now, yes, have an automatic.
Yeah, because I think even heating blankets tend to only actually go on for so long.
Oh, I mean that's just the thermostat. That's it. The one that takes to a certain heat and brings you down. No, I'm talking about thermistors, which are or thermal fuses, as you might call them, which is what ruined my toaster up until recently. I was like, why isn't the toaster doing the toasty thing? And
So you're saying I shouldn't take a table, put a blanket on top of it, and then just make toast underneath the blanket, as like a heating element / I also get toast.
I think that might actually be one of the specific cases that Louis the Lightning Bug warned us against back in the 80s. So, or no, mid 90s. Yes, let's go 90s. So, always listen to Louis.
Don't know who this is.
Oh, he was he was a mascot of the electrical companies, depending on where you were. I think he might have come out of Ontario. Anyway, he was a light bulb that had a face and then wings in the back, because he's a lightning bug, right?
Kind of familiar.
Yeah, the weird part is he only had like an arm, and a leg, and he was like missing two. I don't know if he just didn't show them as a...
Or maybe he burned them off, generally... I feel like if someone goes on and on about safety, it's either they've seen someone in a horrific accident or they've had one.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you're good... Is it an accident if you do it to yourself?
It's a type of accident.
Yeah, okay.
Not one that'll let you get your insurance. Don't tell the insurance company you did it to yourself.
No. Have you ever been involved in a dismemberment? Actually, wait, no, you're right. I have actually been asked that question before when I'm signing up for insurance at a new employer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This bit's gotten weird. We should probably start.
Hi, everyone. We play rhythm games here after talking about how to cut your arms off so you fit in better with society when teaching kids about electrical safety. But we also play rhythm games. And today we're coming back to a previous, I don't throw the word favorite around lightly, so I'm not going to use it here. A game we played before, Spin Rhythm XD.
I don't know if I could pick favorites. Somebody asked me at PAX, like, the 3 best rhythm games, and I was just like, oh, shit, I know I could list probably 12.
I have very quick answers for these, but...
Oh, sure. No, I mean, that's true. But again, I think this is a very good rhythm game.
Yeah.
It's not amongst my favorites.
Yes.
It's probably maybe like spot 15 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's still very good.
It's mid-tier, but it's not it's not mid in the way the kids seem to think.
There's no story element that I can tell. Mm-hmm. It sounds weird, but I like my rhythm games. No story.
It matters. No, not too much story. We don't want to be wandering around talking to ooh parts forever.
That's at that point. That's a game with rhythm elements rather than a rhythm game itself. But
well, we should push the button to make the thing go.
Oh, yeah.
This button goes to
this one.
Okay, this one goes there, and then we'll go there. Yay! Now I've been wondering how you properly pronounce Spin Rhythm XD with your face, because I know the XD is generally, but I'm not sure if I'm doing it right.
So there is DLC since we last played. I can't tell how much is just free DLC that got updated in the game, but there is like a support the dev pack that comes with like an extra song and stuff that's meant for like, do you want to throw some more money at the dev?
Did you mean the supporter pack over there?
Yeah, that one.
That one, yep.
Yeah, so I purchased that because I was like, yeah, you know what?
Oh, great.
Yes.
So we at least do get the extra song.
Yeah.
Yeah. This track rocks. Not gonna lie. All right, I think this is one where we need to get closer to the...
I can't remember if it was all mouse.
Let's find out.
I know we had to use the mouse. We might want to go through tutorial again.
Okay, wheel skin. You always skin your wheels. Ooh.
Oh, that's very fancy.
Yeah, I want the Roman numerals. Those seem cool. Track texture. Oh, why did it have to be snakes?
I could see that being very distracting.
Mm-hmm. High
depending
contrast.
on the kind.
Slim. LCD, Lucky Charms, and candy. Fuck candy. We candy now! Let's see. Default. Gym Rhythm. Lady J. Gym Rhythm Fresh. Jimmy Rhythm Nebula. Gym Rhythm Retro, and...
I think there's more.
Lady J Fresh. Lady J Cosmic. Lady J Nebula. OST Supernova. Singularity, Spice, Flare, Jost.
I like Gym Rhythm is a very good name.
Gym Rhythm Retro really, I'm feeling it.
That's really good.
Okay.
It's I like that. No, I like that a lot.
Like they didn't have to name the guy.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't in here the last time we
I
played.
don't remember any of that. Oh.
Because I think we played this back in February.
Yeah, and I feel like
Or somewhere
things have
around there.
definitely changed since then. You know what? Oh, you can practice in the menu section.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Smart.
Yeah, because I think there were certain notes you had to click on.
Yes.
And then, yeah, back and forth with the mouse. Or there was like a keyboard button you could push as well.
Mm-hmm.
Can't
Let's
quite
see if there's
remember.
a manual here.
It's a tutorial level.
Yeah, let's do that. Hard tutorials. Okay, so spacebar is in effect. Like, I do like one-handed gaming.
Yeah, I think the spacebar isn't necessarily on the easier levels. We need the traffic cone costume from Artful Escape for this. I mean, it would be nice if we could give Jim Rhythm some accessories.
I hope Jim Rhythm becomes popular enough that we see him in other games.
That would be fun. I mean, the rhythm game Indie Sphere Space sometimes does like crossover stuff. I see it with like Muse Dash, and Rhythm Doctor definitely seems to do a bit of that. So maybe.
You know, it looks like if we have played this game, all of our scores have just been wiped away, which I'm not upset about. Or maybe it's just the expert versions. Yep, it's just the expert versions. All right, I'm gonna give a try for a hard one here. Fly away, little board. Whiz up.
I mean, I do prefer to play my games with controllers, but I think this is one of the first games I've seen use like, especially the mouse in a way that I think feels good for me.
Mm-hmm. I still need to track down one of those, or not track down, but wait until the next time I'm in a thrift shop that has the DJ Hero controller and just buy it the next time I see one. Because I think this would be great with the DJ Hero.
That said, talking about crossovers, I would like to see Melody from Melody's Escape also make it into some other rhythm games.
Mm-hmm. Especially Santa Melody.
There's enough rhythm games. I think we could just have like basically a Smash Brothers style rhythm game
Absolutely.
at this point. Definitely. That is definitely a thing that could happen.
Wow. Wait, don't get...
Don't
Okay,
get comfortable. You
Hey,
know what
folks.
happens when you get comfortable.
Hey folks, don't get comfortable. It's time for Rhythm Cafe.
Ooh. We're leveling and stuff. New unlocks. Interesting. Oh, there's a song we unlock at level 3. Up next. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just keep it going. Keep it rolling.
I really like the number thing that you picked. It's really good.
It gives you that Chrono Cross vibe. Oh yeah, there's Melatonin Guy too.
He feels like he wants to just stay at home though.
Yeah,
And
which
I
is
can't
why we gotta
really-
make him
I
go.
can't really blame him.
God, this song slaps so much harder than it has any right to.
Yep,
Oh no!
that's all right.
No.
I was
rank.
noticing. I'm just trying to remember how stuff works, but yeah, I was noticing that the health kind of ticks down, but it also climbs back up as long as you're continuing with the with your combo.
Good. I mean, let's just continue to next it.
Yeah, I kind of like just hitting the next button. I like that it swaps it when you fail too. It's like you just go to the next song. I know we've gone for like a digital track, I guess. But the more we go down it, the more it makes me think of the neck of a guitar.
Yeah? Do you think that's why Guitar Hero chose this as their idea for a like a track, rather than just lines coming down from the top, like a.
Yeah, I could see that being part of the design. It's been a little while since I've seen what Guitar Hero looks like, but yeah.
It's very similar.
Oh yeah, Chet's right. It looks like there's like this long hand that's going along that kind of might be acting like a progress bar of some kind. I don't know. It doesn't really quite line up with the time.
Well, it's not a very good clock then, is it?
It might be doing that, but I'm not sure if it is.
I mean, we'll be able to find out if I get to the end of the song, right?
Yeah, you got about 30 more seconds. So yeah, maybe it's not quite the way I would want a progress bar to work, but I do think it is kind of taking that tack.
Possible.
It's possible.
Possible that that's how it's working.
Like all the unlocks.
Wow. Songs! Did we make it to level 3?
We're at level 5, my dude.
Oh, sweet. Cyber synth track.
Ready? Go!
Incandescent kitty cat, keeping the room lit up.
Do you think they see it? The light?
They might. They just might. I mean, this could just be the worst game of I Spy there is.
Oh yeah, you're not supposed to tell them what you see. You're supposed to give them a clue.
Kitty, you're supposed to make it difficult. You're just saying what you see. I spy with my little eye. Daddy, who's driving the car. Whee! Nice. C!
C plus.
That's degree material right there. All right. Let's water elementalize ourselves.
Sharks and chime. I thought this said sharks and crime, and I was like, yeah.
So we are level 6, and yet unlocks at level 3. Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
you gotta probably hit the unlock button.
So our good friend Jimmy Rhythm can unlock it for us.
Hello, my name's Jimmy Rhythm. I see you have a song that you'd like to unlock.
Well,
You better hit the unlock button so that we can confirm your unlock status. I also need you to put in your 4-pin code that you used when you set up this game. You didn't do that. Oh, well, we got some steps we gotta go fix. If you want to be hanging out with sharks that do crime. I mean chime.
we are of the generation where we were exposed to French sharks that did crime. And specifically the busters thereof. You know, I'm talking about Sharky and George here. The crime busters of the sea. Sharky and George, who will solve any mystery. I don't know any more of the theme song. That's generally what I would change the channel.
Fair enough.
I don't like those ones.
I like the reaction to failing a song is that the next one should be called Revenger by Fool.
Oh, jeez. Well, let's get our revengered on.
I see. Yeah, he's got to take the CDs used to be sold. I know nobody buys music physically anymore, but sometimes they used to stick them in these big plastic things, and that's what Jim. He wrote down Jim. Jim is taking off of to unlock that CD, and you know he's got to do it because he's the one with the special little thing that goes into the tabs.
Yep, because it's a theft prevention device. We're not talking about the cellophane, which was equally difficult to remove on its own.
Ready? 2, 1, go!
Revenge sounds like we're creeping down a hallway.
Yep, I mean, given the cover album, I'd say that's definitely what we're, unless we're going into a mouth.
As long as they brush their teeth first.
What do you think the market is for revenge dentistry?
Revenge dentistry.
Yeah. If you want to give someone some dental work as revenge.
But like dental work that actually is in their favor?
Oh
or
yes,
like-
yes. No,
okay.
absolutely. Not malicious dentistry.
No malicious dentistry. I feel like it's not maybe the biggest market. Especially if you're gonna use the word revenge for it. If it was more like you know, flowers are kind of associated with like Mother's Day and but
Yeah.
that's like passe now. Why not get your mom some good dental work?
Yeah.
I feel like you could get away with that. There'd be maybe more of a market for that overall than say revenge dentistry.
Imagine you look down at your schedule one day and like, huh, it's a dental appointment here. I don't remember putting this in. Well, guess I gotta go.
Is that how your calendar works for you? Somebody else has put something in it and now you feel like you have to go do it?
No, because I don't let other people touch my calendar. But if it was in there, you know, maybe I would. Because, you know, It's my own calendar. I think I control it myself.
This is a theory I want to test, but it requires maybe some revenge calendaring. I don't
Revenge
really
scheduling?
Know, I don't know how we're using the word revenge now.
I think that the key is, they're creeping down a hall and they've got a hood on. It's very red lit.
Oh, I mean, if wearing a hood is all you need for revenge, I do it every day.
I mean, my understanding is that's the best way to live your life too, is always be taking revenge. Gotta stay on the offense, Heather. Always be taking revenge. Never be revenged against.
Oh, no one would dare revenge against me. They know better.
They don't have the chance. Yeah, revenge is best, taken at the buffet, where they bring out new revenge every hot hour in a plate.
And they have a variety of revenge, too.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like, that's really the reason why you want to hit up the revenge buffet.
You've got your vanilla mousse revenge, you've got your chocolate mousse revenge.
Take a little bit of each.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, maybe you're feeling, like, a little bit of salad revenge. But you'd also still like a little bit of the soup.
Is revenge really just a, is it just Thanksgiving?
Oh, revenge is definitely Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is the holiday of revenge. There's no reason why everybody gets together on that holiday and suffers through each other's company and then overeats if it was not revenge-based.
You know what? I'm going to say forget September 30th. My new personal holiday as an Indigenous person is Revenge Thanksgiving.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go!
First step, truth and reconciliation. Second step, revenge. Woo! Whoops.
I really like the idea of Revenge Thanksgiving. I'm wondering if I can force that upon my friends. Because as you know, actually this is perfect. This is the perfect time for us to discover that Revenge Thanksgiving should be the thing. Because for Canadians, which we are, in case you forgot, anybody who is watching, our Thanksgiving is in October, which means we can do that. And then when November comes around for our American friends that sometimes we still do a Thanksgiving thing for, we'll know if it worked or not and what little details we have to readjust on like the stabbing scale or whatever it is we're doing for this Revenge Thanksgiving so that in November we can have a really good second run.
Right. So I think what we'd like to do here at this point is no, we're not creating a new holiday, but we are amending a currently existing
we're
holiday.
amending a current one.
So what we'd like you to do is we'd like to invite all of you who are currently watching, Canadian or not, to participate in Revenge Thanksgiving in October. And if it works out for you, you have the opportunity to, once it's out of early access in October, have your own Revenge Thanksgiving in November.
When is ours? It's like the 9th or something?
I think so. Like we got a lot of, I've got a lot of days off this month.
That sounds nice.
Yep.
I hope you enjoy them.
I do.
Thanks, staking.
No, that's Christmas. Wait, sorry, Easter.
Smitestoberfest, Spitesgiving, Red Harvest. Lots of good options. See, Revenge Easter is hard to decide on because I can't decide if it should last 3 days or not.
You know, Heather, that's the direction I was going to go down, so I agree with you. 3 days.
That's just too much revenge commitment for me in this time of my life. I prefer to go with the 1 day holiday revenge holidays, or like as we're planning the Canadian version and then the American version.
Well, for Revenge Easter. We treat it like Hanukkah. It's not like big revenge all 3 days. It's just little revenges, one per day. And then you get a big revenge at the end.
I kind of want to do, since you brought up Hanukkah, I don't really want to celebrate a revenge Hanukkah. It's not really
No.
within my space, but
Well, it's a minor holiday.
maybe a revenge advent calendar for December would be really good.
I mean, it really,
Tiny revenge every day revealed.
it really just depends on what your particular relationship with the chocolate is. Now, some people say the best revenge is eating well.
So my advent calendar will be stuffed with carrots.
No, eating well, not eating healthily.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Yes, that's true. That does not necessarily mean eating healthy.
Yeah.
That's on me.
I now would really like a charcuterie advent calendar. Like it's all sealed up hermetically, so that we don't get botulism. But behind each little door, there's some cured meat or some cheese or something like that. Maybe some olives.
I'm putting it on normal because I think it doesn't give me the space bar thing, and I'm tired of playing with the space bar.
I mean, if I could turn anything off, I'd love to turn off the clicking of the candies.
I mean, we could check the settings and see if there's a
Hold assist,
thing for that,
maybe.
because that might just be a sound setting. I just keep finding that every time I see the green bar, I want to click the mouse instead of... Because I just want to play with the one hand, and then I get weirded out because my brain is like, that's not the thing you were supposed to do. I'm like, I know, but I wanted it to be, so like, can we just do it? No? Oh, all right. Actually, though, food-based revenges are one of the easiest types of revenges to do. It's true.
People rarely see poisonings coming these days.
Oh, I just meant in giving people, like, subpar coffee or something.
Oh, okay. I mean, like, I can scale back the poisonings just the kind that make you shit yourself, rather than die shitting yourself.
Because, well, like, death is a type of revenge. It's not a really good ongoing revenge.
Right? It's very
So
final.
it's kind of like... You're kind of just... You're done at that point. You're not really giving yourself the room to try new things. You're not giving yourself time to enjoy it. It's just not... I get why people choose it, but it's
a spur of the
kind
moment
of-
revenge. It's like,
it's not really a great revenge.
It's the candy bar revenges. It's not going to fill you up, but it is going to satisfy a bit of that hunger, but you're going to want more later.
Yeah, and at that point, you're just a serial killer, so...
You heard it here first, folks. We know when you're a serial killer.
There's definitions for these things.
That's a very good point, yes.
Did you want to check options to see if we
let's
can't...
check it out. It's going to be in here.
Visual... Gameplay...
Okay, so I think that's what we got here. So we can have no fail note. but
Colors...
I'm okay clicking, especially if we're not tapping spacebar as well.
I'm surprised there's no, like, just sound options.
Yeah, nothing in there. Oh, oh well. That's what I was going on with. Serial killers are just like serial entrepreneurs, in the sense that they are both psychopaths and do things again and again.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Maybe it was just in settings.
Oh, well, we can check
Yeah.
afterwards. I'm going to start with no spacebar and see if that makes me happy enough. What's grating me now is that the click sound when I collect the tiny candies sounds like a mouse click. Oh, this feels good.
Since we were talking about revenge, do you believe it's a dish best served cold? Like, I know people say that, but I really think that's just somebody trying to get out of using their oven.
For revenge?
Yeah, I think that's just somebody being lazy.
Like, I'm not I will fire up my oven at the drop of a hat because I feel like it's a very good piece of equipment. And if I need to use my oven for revenge, I mean, I find the oven honestly is best used for premeditated murder rather than a reaction. If you want to use kitchen appliances, the microwave might be a better revenge option. Nothing good ever comes out of the
If you need
revenge.
to heat up your revenge right away, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, in terms of like, if you wanted to go all out in a proper revenge, I feel like being like, oh, I'll just serve it cold. It's like when you go it's like when you go to get your pizza and you're like, you know, I'm just gonna go grab a cold slice from the fridge. I'm not gonna heat it up even. Just seems lazy.
You know, it might be one of those things that's just become a like part of our culture, but not because it's good, just because it's repeated so often. Like James Bond wants a vodka martini shaken not stirred, which by all accounts is the worst kind of martini you can have. But people keep saying like, oh yes, if Bond
It's not like he was a good spy. He constantly told people his real name.
But we keep telling people like revenge is a dish best served cold. I don't think they understand why that's the case. They're probably thinking, oh, it's a metaphor. It's best served cold because it's you don't want to be hot when you have your revenge. You want to be sound of mind and body and work into it.
Music volume, sound.
Are you ready? Are you?
Is it maybe that one?
Is it an ingot?
Play background, mute game when focus is lost. No, definitely not. Play sound effect for notes.
Like, I'm fine with that.
I think the sound effect is the clicky noise, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, no, what I wanted to not do is have to click the big candies with my finger.
Oh,
Yeah, just be able to roll over them. But that's, I don't think a thing that is optional.
you're right. Okay, I thought you didn't want it to make
noise is
clicky
fine.
noises. Okay.
But getting back to it, my thought process here is that revenge is a best served cold specifically because revenge is a good fermented dish, like a like a pickle or a sausage. You know, you don't want to heat it up because that's going to destroy the flavor.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go!
You know what? I do believe certain foods were made in revenge, and that's the only reason they exist. And I'm speaking about natto.
Yeah. That is a fermented food as well.
It's just a dish that's just pure revenge, and I cannot be convinced otherwise. And people who try to act like they like it, they're just trying to get other people to taste it.
Now, I wouldn't do that to anyone. And I am trying to get myself into a place where I can enjoy natto. thinking of making a
Why?
New Year thing. So many people claim to enjoy it that it feels to me like it's one of those things I'm just not giving the right amount of.
They literally feed it to babies so that they'll eventually one day eat it, not because they want to.
Oh, we do so many things to babies.
Oh,
Heather,
we
so
do.
that-
Yeah, I know.
Specifically
we're
so that they'll
terrible
do
children.
things when we're older.
Look, I accidentally ate Nada once, and I never need to do it again.
Oh God, accidentally should not be your first opportunity, or any really. Natto is a dish best served consensually.
Not at all. It's not a dish that should be served ever. Actually, since we're on the topic of food, what season do you think is toast? Do you think toast is seasonal? This came up in the Ask Clear that went up.
Did it?
Yeah.
If it were, I'd say it's probably a spring food.
Oh, really? Interesting.
But that's only because I don't think toast is necessarily a food unto itself. I think it's a carrier vehicle for what you actually want. And but this is why if I had to narrow it down to a season, I'd say spring, because that's the time when you're coming out of winter, things are a little bit brighter, it's getting warmer, you can have that nice toast and tea or toast and coffee with those preserves that you've been saving over the last of the preserves from the previous year.
That was a really well thought out answer.
I like to. I'm serious about my food answers.
I believe it was Wheeler who said it was fall food.
That I could also see as well, for similar reasons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's the first preserves of the year at that point to put on top.
It's interesting to read the comments on that episode right now. It's reading people's opinions, because some people do have opinions about it. Others are just like, it's just an every time food, which I think is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I did see somebody list, like, it's like toast is fall, porridge is winter, whatever is spring, and something else is summer. And I was just like, porridge is a no time food. No. I've tried so many times to like porridge. It's not happening.
Okay, what's your feeling on the weird? Not the food itself being weird, but the fact that we call it porridge. I really hate that. Of kanji. Not the with a, but with an O.
Oh, like the rice porridge.
Exactly. You know, kind of put.
I've only had it once. I think I got it somewhere with like egg and stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of seemed on the fancier side than just like say something really plain. But I did like the texture of it a lot better than I guess our porridge is mostly like oats.
Yeah, oh, very much oats.
Yeah, I don't like the texture of it.
No.
It's definitely worse cold in texture, but even warm.
My biggest problem.
Kanji seems fine.
My biggest problem with the Western porridges is that they don't give them any good flavor. Like kanji, for the most part, is I believe good kanji should be, chicken stock flavored because made with chicken stock, and then you add more flavors to it, crunch, deep fried, crispy bits, some garlic maybe if you want that. I really like red vinegar in mine. I like that juxtaposition of the sour with the nice warm flavor of the chicken broth. But yeah, Western porridge, it's like, here's some oats we made with water. Eat it.
I mean, I've tried it several ways. I've tried it with like milk because a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's a little bit better with milk," which sure, milk's got a lot more flavor to it. I've tried it with like, I've even tried the stuff that it's like, we've just jammed so much sugar in this that it might as well be sugar you're eating.
Yeah, the texture
and
on it is
it just doesn't. The texture just kills it.
it becomes glue.
Yeah.
Like, I'll maybe cop to some of the other porridge-based alternatives here. Red River cereal can be fine every now and then, but that really the benefit you're getting out of that is a lot more whole grains in the porridge, like flax.
I do like granola because, like, you know, as I was like, oh, let's try porridges. Porridges suck. Everybody gets really into these, like, oh, take a jar and put granola in it, yogurt and whatever things. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll give granola a shot. I'm not going to do all that work because I'm lazy. But, you know, and like, okay, granola I can get behind.
Well, it's the texture again.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of oatmeal.
But also tastes better. Unlock it.
The other porridge I'll always cop to is just dumping your miso soup on some rice. Like an old man.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice.
That was...
Oh, man, I haven't made miso at home in a while. I should do that.
Yeah,
We're in, like, the best time of year for miso.
That was the first meal I made when we were down with COVID, that I got up out of bed for the 15 minutes increments of getting up, doing some cooking, lying back down. But by God, that was the best miso soup I'd had. Grits, too, are the other one that are interesting. But only if they've been cooked, you know, in butter with a lot of good salt.
What kind of miso do you like to use? Do you do the shura or the aku? Did I get that right? I know it's like red and aka.
Yeah.
Red and white.
Close. And then, of course, there's the awase miso, which is the mixture between the two. I bounce back and forth. Because it takes me a while to get through a miso jar, usually.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you get quite a bit.
Yeah. I believe right now we're on aka, the red stuff, and we had previously gone through some white. And I can definitely notice the taste difference, but I don't dislike either of them.
Oh, you know what I haven't made in a while? I should definitely make again. Is hard-boiled miso eggs.
Oh, yeah. I need to look into marinating some eggs and getting good
Those
at
are
that.
so good.
After I successfully made tandan a few months back, yeah, I need to get my ramen game back on. It's a good thing, probably for everyone, that the store had 6 packs of eggs yesterday. Otherwise, I would have had 6 eggs at home to boil and eat. Yeah, that was my most embarrassing food-based revelation of the year. Was discovering that, hey, I can make egg salad at home. I just need to boil 2 eggs and add some mayonnaise, and then I get a sandwich that's delicious.
Sometimes stuff is a lot simpler to do than you really think it is.
Speaking of which, SA, you were reminding us both, and I know we are both big fans of the pickled egg. That was something I did not expect to like, and then, well, what one drunken night in college later, going to that one hotel that has the pickled egg jar on the bar. I'm like,
Wow.
I should try one of these one day.
Like, I'm not opposed to trying new foods. I just sometimes want to make sure there's a backup food I really do like in case I really didn't like the thing that I tried.
Oh, yeah. Gotta be in the right headspace, and you gotta be in the right physical space.
Well, yeah, that's true, because if you're in a bad headspace and you decide to, like, try a new food, then you might, it's not like you might necessarily not like it, but you might be setting yourself up for being even more down on it than you might have just been.
Exactly. If you're going for a new type of cuisine, I think you probably shouldn't order that one food that everyone's heard about before on your first try with that style. Should we take a break? Because it is the top of the hour.
Yeah, we can do that.
Well, then we will. And you're going to get up, swap your fluids, stretch your legs, and I'm going to go do the same. And you at home can come back in just a few minutes because we're going to do a commercial. Goodbye. Welcome back to Rhythm Cafe with your hosts, Heather
And Ian.
and we are playing Spin Rhythm XD Is this your go around? this
I
time?
believe this is your go.
Ooh, okay.
Ian is going to take us through Void Walkers.
I wonder how you knew. I'm going to take you through Showdown by a Fool.
I'm sorry. Yes, I took us through Void Walkers.
You're the one who A-leveled Void Walkers. Like some sort of a game-playing person. Oh, this...
It's almost like I play video games for a living. I don't really, actually. The majority of my job is not playing video games.
Hey,
That's just like a nice side piece.
It's still part of the job requirements. That's it. Damn it. Brain stopped there for a second.
Ready? 2, 1, go!
Woo! Woo! Damn it! I think there's one wrong there.
It's always the worst when it's like the last one.
A plus?
I don't know if this game does S ranking.
I think it does,
Does?
right? And there is in the
Oh,
meter.
right. Yeah, there is the
Yeah,
meter.
I just need to
get
fill up
else.
the S to get the S.
Right. Oh.
Ready? 2, 1, go!
Sounds like a weird remix of the opening version of, or the opening titles to Attack on Titan. Didn't know Surge was so important to that series. There you go. That's what it's about. The DC Bass.
I mean, I'd say the S confuses me in terms of like a ranking system, except when I was going to school, we had a grade above A.
Really?
Yeah, it was an H. It was for honors. And it was like if you hit the 95% plus thing.
Really?
So when everyone, like when I started playing rhythm games, and it's like, oh, there's an S ranking, and there's an S++ or double S or triple S. I'm just like, yeah, well, the world's kind of weird. So.
Grade inflation is a thing.
Yeah.
I was also realizing that song also shares a key or a chord progression with From the Aqueous Star with Love. So that'll make for one heck of a mashup when I get around to it. I guess in my retirement? I was actually just thinking the other day about, retirement homes and what they're going to need to be for people like us. Like, are they going to have a server closet available for all the people who are there to put their NAS in with all their videos?
It's really hard to say. Definitely not right now.
Like, someone's going to have to be the first, and it's probably going to be me. Who am I kidding? We'll never retire.
Yeah, I was just trying to think about what that looks like for anybody I know. I don't think it exists in the same way it's been told to us.
No, my big thought is that if anything, we're going to have a major economic revolution before we hit the age where what would normally be known as retirement would occur. There'll be something different for us. Maybe we'll be put in a pod and sent to the moon.
I could think of worse things happening. I'll just do what I do with like not thinking about my bad sleep things. Just not think about it.
I was just thinking about what the worst things could happen would be, and like, we get put in the pod and sent to Manitoba?
I don't think Manitoba exists.
Well, not in its original state, I'll tell you that.
I was gonna say I'll be happy if I just have like whatever, but even when I have things that make me happy, sometimes I'm just sad. So I don't know. We'll just see what happens.
Oh, I mean, if you're happy all the time, then you have some sort of condition just the same as someone who is sad all the time.
Yeah, but I feel like that one has more fun.
I'd hope so. I'd worry I would actually get burned out on it. The baseline would suddenly reset to that happiness level, and it would just be like, oh, okay, I'm not feeling happy, I'm just feeling normal.
I mean, I've been burned out on sadness before. I don't recommend that one.
Let's also not confuse having all of our needs met with happiness, because those two things can and should be separate.
Yeah?
You should be able to have all of your needs met and not have that be constituting a state of happiness.
Agree.
If anything, I just want more for people than what they already have. Except billionaires, they can get fucked.
They could stand to lose a few of their things, yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully in a way that's appropriated to like giving them to other people as opposed to just them being lost.
I mean, my thought
Resource
is
management and all that, you know.
my thought is that when you combine the ideas of degrowth and wealth redistribution, Everyone still gets a lot more than what they currently have, except for a few very privileged people. Keep spinning. No! Ow. Stabbed myself with a microphone.
One of my favorite highlights is, I think, from a couple of weeks ago with when James hit his mouth into the mic. Because he was being, he was talking really deeply into it. And then, like, came at it too hard.
I'd missed that.
It's on, like, a Lure MTG or something. It was a really good one.
Yeah. My favorite clips are hubris based.
That's fine. It's a really I like that we do highlights because it's a really good way for me to like kind of see the weird shenanigans my friends have gotten up to.
Agreed. Heather, remember when I said we were gonna just go into a giant mouth?
Yeah, you were right.
I'm a prophet. Oh, I like skeletons. And not just because I own one. Only one, I want to be clear. I only own one skeleton.
Is it the one you're wearing?
It's the one I'm currently using, yes.
Okay.
Gang, 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 I'm a big skeleton man. When are we gonna get to the skeleton orifice?
I don't think we're getting any closer. I think he's determining the distance. They're determining the distance of their crossroads.
Crossbone crossroads.
Ever been to the crossroads? Which ones? The one with the crossbones? Ever found yourself at a crossroads?
After dark. With a guitar. Sector 5. Oh my gosh, we're almost out of unlocks.
We'll just have to level up, maybe.
Yeah, I guess so.
I haven't been paying attention to what if we unlock more things or not.
So I got to tell Dale the other day about Mozart. The game, not the person. He's very familiar with Mozart the person.
Just before you get into that, I just want to point out, conceptually, we could think of ourselves as being inside the skeleton's mouth now with all the cubes.
It's a very good point.
But yes,
Teeth are just cubes.
I'm glad you clarified that you told Dale about Mozart the video game and not the person, because I feel like he knows about the person.
Oh yeah, no. I felt like he needed to know about the game, having known about the person. We may have another viewer on those VODs, is what I'm saying.
They're good VODs.
They are good VODs. That
game was so bad we had to spread it out.
Like so much natto on toast.
I've never hated the game 31 more than that.
I've never hated having to make coffee.
Goodness, yes. You remember when we did call out the rats?
Mm-hmm.
Or we hit that part of the walkthrough where they stopped giving us the walkthrough because it was a trophy guide and you didn't need it anymore.
Yep.
Apparently we got lucky too with
We could have been soft lock, yeah.
well, there was a soft lock thing we could have had happen, but we also got lucky with a puzzle that just basically completed itself.
Oh, right.
Because that would, given how that puzzle was supposed to work, we probably would have not gotten past it.
I did tell him about the puzzle of tuning the harpsichord, and my description enraged him just as much as we were. Oh yeah, Sex Python, we can't forget the bone flute.
Yeah, yep. I mean, yeah, definitely, definitely probably one of the worst games I've played. Yet, as a stream game, if it weren't for the puzzles, like, and by puzzles I mean like the mini games that were like the harpsichord tuning and whatnot. The other stuff of like, put some wax inside of a flute
Yep.
to make this thing, to make this other thing. I think that stuff's funny as heck.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
as a stream game, I loved a lot of what it was doing. I just didn't like the things I had to do in order to get to the parts I liked.
Historically, it was kind of interesting to see, you know, the Vienna experience in that age. It's just a shame that I hated everyone.
You remember we went to go pick up like a watch or something inside the box, and the guy was like,
No.
if you open the box wrong, it'll just
That's
self-destruct.
right. If you open the box wrong, it'll kill it. It'll release a vial of acid and destroy the contents. Are you sure you want that, Mozart? You know, authentic Vienna accents, too.
Yeah. The game's called Mozart Requiem, at least in our playthrough, because it's a game from like 2012 or 2008 or something under a slightly different name that got repackaged under what we were playing.
It's like a remake, except nothing changed.
Yeah, I think there's some stuff they didn't like remake. Repackage, I feel like, is the better word.
So what you're saying is you're definitely signing up for the limited release, the physical one of from Limited Games, right?
God, no.
What, Heather? It comes with your own physical 31 board
Is that real?
and a pack of cards that are wrong.
No. I remember at the end of the game when it said Mozart would return, and we just got
Yep.
super angry at
It's
the
like-
idea that he would come back.
The hell he will. Not if I have anything to say about it. I believe it was the law. And because of that, I'm always half vigilant that anytime we're, you know, on a stream together that's not Rhythm Cafe, or might be like a higher concept, that someone's gonna show up in a Mozart costume and say, "Hey, and Heather, we're here for an adventure."
That might be unsafe to the person in the outfit. I can't possibly be responsible for the actions I have to that happening, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I if anybody's watching this and is like, "Oh, that's a funny idea," I think I definitely will do that. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying you might want to like guard your loins or something,
was
because I
about-
might just not have a good reaction.
You and I are on exactly the same page there. I was about to say, however that person presents, their groin is forfeit. So there we go. That's how we feel about Mozart.
The game, not the person.
No.
I have never met him.
But if it's a person representing the game, that's also on the list.
Also, the one thing we did really learn from that game is you can't leave your house unless you make coffee, or if the hallway is too dark.
Or if there's a pigeon. Or if there isn't a pigeon yet that you need to get.
I mean, to be honest, if there's a pigeon inside your house, I wouldn't leave my house right away either.
No, you want to take care of that.
That I might want to take care of.
There are two options there. Like you A, get to pet the pigeon for a while, and then B, make sure that the pigeon doesn't shit on your things.
Exactly.
Pigeons are great. Yep, that's that kind of musical edging is a paddling right there. You don't get to. That's the Epona theme, right? Square.cube, you joke, but bird diapers have already been invented. Specifically for pet birds. Not all of them will wear them. It's a training issue.
I feel like that could be said about any kind of diaper.
Again, yes! Things we do to kids to make them do what we want, i.e. not shit on the floor. Hey kid, you're gonna want to control yourself, otherwise you're gonna have to wear these plastic diapers for a lot longer than you will normally. They're coming back, but I won't. Ooh.
Spun the wrong way.
Yeah, and then it's gonna start up on you again. Hyper potions and
Subtact Adventures. Although I did think that said subtract, and I kind of like the idea of subtract adventures. Like
Yes.
that sounds like it makes it sound like you're going on an adventure, but you're like, no, subtract adventures.
new level 15, which will be coming up soon. We get 2 new songs there, so
Yeah, it looks like we got a couple new songs in our current unlock as well.
yeah. Should we just push those? See if we can push those to our.
Yeah. Oh, nice. The UI will let us do that. That's very
Good game.
good.
What have we? I want to make sure I'm getting them in the right order here. Hot track. Give me very big charisma.com vibes. Like I love Japanese rap in general, but disaffected Japanese girls rap is pretty high up there. Here we go.
I'm glad we came back to this game.
Yeah.
It is the kind of game we probably wouldn't have normally, because it's kind of a one and done, but
I keep forgetting that how much I loved the music from this game. I know taste in music is subjective, but by my count, there's a lot of bangers in this compared to most rhythm games, especially of this type.
I mean, music's a really hard component for a rhythm game.
Yeah.
It's why we generally like when we play like the Bandai games, where it's like there's a bunch of classical music that has no licensing attached. There's all the music that Bandai itself can possibly
What have
own.
we got? Yeah.
And if it's Bandai, we'll at least sometimes get some of their anime music because they do that.
I was
but-
gonna say that's the weird part is we very rarely get any sort of Gundam content in those games. And I was theorizing, I think, at one of my home streams about not theorizing, but fantasizing about a Gundam rhythm game.
There should be more than enough music within Gundam for
Within just the Universal Century.
for such a thing.
Like when you consider that how many series there are over the 40 years, and that each of those series have at least one or two opening and ending themes.
Do you have a style of rhythm game in mind for this idea?
No, I do not actually. Like if I guess if I had my full druthers, I would have it be somewhat like an Elite Beat Agent sort of one done that does tell a story across the various properties through gameplay as well.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
But on the other hand, if they just wanted to like throw 40 years of Gundam music into a game like this with properly themed backgrounds and sides, that would be cool too.
That's also good. Yeah, I have a hard time picking what kind of like mechanically I like about certain rhythm games because I do at I want story if I can get it. Having a thing with music I like in this kind of concept also good. But I also really lean towards the idea of like what they did with like the Persona ones and with like Hatsune Miku, where it's just like, you know what? If you want to give me a Gundam thing where I basically just make the robots dance around, I'd be pretty into that too.
Also cool.
And I feel like that's just true of a lot of things because it's like, oh, I can pick the character, give them a bit of a fun outfit, and watch them have to dance to a song. I'm into that.
That said, if we're just imagining things here, of things that I would enjoy, a Macross series game, a Pan series Macross game, with that whole idea focused around the idols in the game, I think would be fantastic. And then of course you can get interstitial characters, like get your Max Genius out there, out on stage, dance around as well.
We did play that one mobile game of something. I think it had come down because I'm pretty sure the music got basically blocked the video.
Absolutely. But yeah, that one was more of a slapped. We have an engine, or we've contracted someone to make an engine, and we're just going to put our music in here.
Yeah, anybody who's like a avid Rhythm Cafe fan, if you've gone looking for a VOD, occasionally they disappear because I cannot keep them up. We do pretty good. Like the videos definitely get demonetized a lot of the time, but at least they're viewable, which is kind of the only thing I have as a goal on like the VOD channel itself is if we can keep the video monetized, that's great. If I can't do that, but I can at least keep the video up, that's better.
Yeah, the priority is to keep the video up.
Yeah, in terms of a straight VOD, just because at least then... And sometimes it just doesn't work out, particularly with our stream.
Now, we generally do keep a copy of those videos, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, so...
Yeah, no, we still have copies.
So, not if, when we finally reform copyright in a way that is meaningful, those can go back up.
Yeah.
Ready?
Write your Congress people.
Or at least I have all the stuff that from when I took over. I believe we have copies of everything we've ever done on stream. I
Yeah.
just don't know what the organizational
Yeah,
aspect
no.
of some of those older ones are.
That's
I haven't
fair.
gotten to that.
I know I didn't delete anything when I was still in the captain's chair, but
Those beginning times were a very different time.
yep. That was all just catch up, is what it was.
Yeah. I mostly just, I say that because I know there are people who've been like, this thing's missing or this one's missing. And I'm like, eventually I might be able to track them down. Hopefully soon, because now we've gotten through like moving, and we have Axe Hand in like a good state,
Oh, in a very nice state.
beautiful state. I can finally get some time back into trying to dig through files and do other things. It's hard to do organizational stuff and digging through past stuff when we currently have real, like, current stuff happening.
VOD management is really a thankless job in that respect. Because we never stop making things. In addition to dealing with the stuff that we've already made. To paraphrase DJ Crazy Times, content, it never die. YouTube is my least favorite guy. Honestly, I just really like... Sorry, I'm having thoughts now.
Yes.
Yeah, I would love more games to have the ability to import your own music and produce good beat maps. And I wonder if that's where one of those areas where a large language model system would apply well.
I don't know. I mean, I know I've played some games where you're allowed to put in your own music, and some music does really well. Typically depends on how obvious like the bass is or something.
But I think with the application of some very large language models and large databases of information, we could probably dial that down to something that would be automated and better.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it's something.
I think for the kind of idea of just throwing in your own music, yeah. But I think for the idea of, because you know they'd also try to use it for just making beat maps outright.
Yeah,
There
like,
is some. There are beat maps on certain games I've played where it's like there are flourishes and stuff that something like that wouldn't really be able to quite put in the same way.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. A hand-made, hand-tested, hand adjusted beat map is always going to be better.
Ready? Go!
But it's one of those things that would allow you to get around issues with copyright and putting these sorts of songs that you want to see in games that would never otherwise end up in games because they're not commercially viable or they're not licensable. And for personal use, that's perfectly okay. That's right there in the law. It's part of the fair use.
I mean, I think
personal
that's
use
why
doctrine.
you see that more in more indie games. I don't know if I've actually seen put your own music in something that's made by a large company.
Well, I mean, again, let's look at what the reason large companies like to not put in personal use or personal data is they want A, nothing to do with it, and B, want to be able to charge you for any content that they're adding.
Oh, that's true.
Like, if you can suddenly just add your own music into any game, that makes it very difficult for them to sell DLC packs of new songs. When they can just say, oh, I see what songs are in this beat pack, I'll just add them myself from my own library. Imagine a calendar. Imagine if Microsoft Outlook didn't let you put Revenge Thanksgiving in because it's not a commercially recognized holiday. Some of these songs I'm noticing are definitely longer than we're playing them for. But
Like we have like a bit of a shorter version.
yeah, well, the song cuts off. Like if you just look at the bottom, it actually cuts off playtime before the song ends.
Oh, okay.
Not this one, but I think the previous
I thought you
one
meant in
did.
terms of like, how a lot of anime has like an intro song,
Yeah, intro
but
version.
the song that they've taken is actually quite longer.
Yeah, this is just a case of there's more song there to be played. We're just not getting to it for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Not upset, just curious.
Because I have played, I mean, I find this with Theat Rhythm, because they have quite some long songs in there as well. And I know one of the even longer songs doesn't have even the full song. But sometimes you kind of get a little tired. Yeah, I think we looked at this once before and we were like,
We decided this
that's
is
kind
not.
of scary looking, and we like walked away from it.
Yep, absolutely, we did. Can you hit escape for me? Thank you. And again. There we go. Good. Sorry, it was far away.
Yes, fine. I understand.
Yeah, Mimic, I guess, is the next new song. Yeah, no, I'm gonna quit that. Thanks. It's all real cool and whatnot, but
Ready? Go.
Yeah, I have played some really long songs in some rhythm games, and occasionally, especially if you're on like a harder difficulty, that long song really starts to feel really long at that
oh
point.
yeah.
And so I can kind of understand a rhythm game maybe not putting in the full length of a song sometimes.
My thought is they're probably using it as an alternate game mode or a boss fight or a progress check. Skill check, that's the term kids are using these days, right?
Sure. I think there's a website somewhere where you can see what the kids are saying. I think it's called do the kids still say this.com.
You are right. Or not, you are right. You're being serious, right?
No, I'm just
Okay.
saying things.
Because I could absolutely believe that being a site. It's
Oh,
not.
absolutely.
It does
I
not
don't
sound like
know.
a site that I'd believe in any way.
I don't know if it's true. We're on stream. I kind of just say things out loud.
Well, and the problem is we're part of so many subcultures that it could just be a subcultural thing. I think as in gamer subculture, not as in. I don't know what other subcultures. Punk, pop.
Julie Mon says, fully expected Heather to say tumblr.com. That would have been a really good joke.
Yep.
The joke I was making was, does Loading Ready Run still make FridayNights.com? But, you know, with the appropriate, like, subject matter of what we're talking about. Just like how you can go to explaining the joke, makes the joke funny.com.
My favorite of those was still one of the earliest ones. Is Abe Vigoda still alive? And I believe he's not. I mean, I could honestly use that website for a number of people. Found out that Jimmy Carter's still alive today and just had his birthday. I declared him dead months ago.
I don't think I was around for that.
No, it wasn't on this program.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. I'm supposed to click on those. I think my brain just turned off there.
Yep. You gotta click the candy. I mean, the wrapped candy. You gotta unwrap it with your clicks. Okay, so what flavor do you want these two candies to be? Because I have opinions on these things too, but...
I mean, red, I just want to be the standard red flavor, which I think is supposed to be cherry, but let's be real, we just call it red.
Mm-hmm.
Blue, I want to be at least the blue wrapped one. I want it to be a mint with chocolate in the center.
Okay, yeah, no, I get you. Because I've been seeing the because they look like they're striped. I feel like they're both supposed to be peppermints. And
Yeah, okay.
I think I'm over peppermints of that type, other than the Scotch ones, which are nice and chewy on the center. But if I had my druthers, I would absolutely make the red ones cinnamon, and the blue ones like blue scope flavored. Like
Mouthwash?
winter mint, but blue, I guess. Not green winter mint.
Okay. But yeah, I can see the red being cinnamon, especially with the unwrapped swirl one.
What I'm saying is that the after dinner candy market has gone stale. It's time to shake things up. And why don't we have more cola flavored candies? Come on, people.
Yeah. Cola flavor is pretty good.
You know, hard candy. Cola.
Yeah. No, I agree. Not just like cola bottles.
Yeah, cola bottles are great, but that's a flavor.
Sometimes you don't always want a chewy texture.
There was a short time when Tic Tac Cola, specifically marketed with Coca-Cola with their
Really?
recipe. And I bought a lot of those.
Yeah, no, I could totally go for cola flavored Tic Tacs.
I will bring you in one of those ancient packages then, because I think I have like 8 left. I don't snack a lot.
I like to get the orange flavored Tic Tacs.
Oh yeah, orange
because they feel fun.
classic, and you know they again one of those rare flavors that you don't find in candy often, especially in a pleasing way.
You know, for a while when I was on when I looked through things on Amazon would keep trying to tell me about how I could buy a large Tic Tac container full of smaller Tic Tac containers with Tic Tacs in them. And it's really hard for me to not want that. Because it's silly. I shouldn't. But I like big things being tiny, and tiny things also having a big version of them is really appealing.
You know, if I wasn't actually like in Desert Bus and having to do a bunch of other Desert Bus activities, that's the sort of thing where I would buy that large container and remake labels for it, and you know, try to gather some rarer merchandise, make some new stuff, and make a Final Fantasy Tic Tacs box.
I still don't understand why that hasn't just happened in like Japan. Like,
I think the only reason is that Tic Tacs just aren't a big thing there.
oh yeah, okay. But they should definitely do it.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
You know, if only there was another large country with a huge fan
Fascination
base.
for Final Fantasy.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like Square Enix has ever acknowledged the existence of North America anyway for any other reason. Oh wow, Sax Python! I did just think about the Root Beer Barrel's hard candies.
I don't think I'm familiar with those.
Oh, they were slightly larger than the peppermint and barrel shaped
Okay.
with the rings, and they tasted very much of root beer.
Ready up.
I do like root beer flavored candy.
Then somewhere out there is a candy for you. I don't remember the last time I saw them in life, but I think I remember this song, either from earlier today or from last time, and I can't tell which. Okay, so they were definitely Dad's brand root beer barrels. Okay, good to know. I would have thought Hires would be the root beer of choice for that candy.
I mean, Hires root beer is pretty good.
I'm still a big cuck for A&W.
Hard not to be.
Yeah, with the bear.
It's also just a really good root beer.
Yeah, that too. I didn't even feel bad about them branching out into those frivolities like nitro-based root beer. On tap in restaurants. And now that I think about it, there's a lot more root beer varieties than I thought there were, or gave it credit for.
Yeah, there's a few. I mean, they're all fairly similar, but
Oh yeah, but outside of you got all the house brands. I wish I could remember what the I think it's Save-On or Safeway in the U.S. has some of the best names for their store brands. But
I mean, if you can find a really good store brand flavor of something, that's just kind of like a really nice thing.
in my childhood, I vastly preferred the flavor of President's Choice Diet Cola more than anything else. Just because I'm curious. Nope, we'll give Whirlpool a try.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
And I'm just talking about the major brands, not even any of the independent, which is where you're going to get the real good flavor. You know, this is a really relaxing rhythm game.
Yeah, I like it. It's been really good for our stream chats.
Haven't had a good one of these in a while. We've come up with so many important new discoveries today.
Well, sometimes you gotta just chill out a little, right?
Honestly, this is the sort of thing I want from podcasting. So if you ever just want to give up the facade of having to have a game to have a chat at some point, we can just pivot to a podcast and truly start the House of Lies.
Oddly easier to just start a stream around here.
Yeah. Well, no one has to edit it.
Yeah, there's that. And I think Corey has too many on her plate. I feel like every time I talk to Corey, she's invented a new podcast that she's doing over on Tilty House. I know that's not true. But every time it feels like it's true.
Yeah. She's got a lot of good ideas. I just got to be on one of her podcasts recently, so hopefully that'll be out soon.
Oh, the movie one?
Yes.
Hey, check it out.
Hey, check it out. Over at tilty.housc or tiltyhouse.com.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun doing the Ghost Watch 2016.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a while. For me and Kate. It was fun. It was a fun time.
It seemed like a really good lineup of hosts there.
It was fun to watch Kate freak out about how they would be fighting inside of a building and then suddenly like fight towards the camera and be in the middle of like a quarry
Yeah.
or a forest for no reason.
People learning.
And it's just kind of one of those things. It's like you're used to it, you notice it, you see it, but you're just like, this is how this works. And yeah, watching someone who's never seen that kind of thing before experience it for the first time.
It's
is
always
really
fun
good.
watching someone learn the conventions of tokusatsu. And this is normal, right?
This might be far-fetched.
Well, regardless, this might be as far as we go tonight.
Yeah, probably. We're hitting time.
Ready? 2, 1, go!
Just don't unlock any new songs on the way out.
Maybe we can remember this game as our, we got through a game within an hour. What do we do now?
I think the next time I sit down in this room when I'm not doing anything else, I should really examine the insert your own music into it and see if it does have any sort of an auto beat catcher. Well, that's the thing too about rhythm games and chatting during them is that it takes a certain kind of game, a rhythm game, to be able to be chattable about, or over top of, rather.
Yeah, I mean, we've played some very story-heavy ones, which makes it a little hard without really ignoring the game completely.
But also the games that require such a amount of concentration on the player's part to be able to complete the beat map has been the case as well.
I mean, that's why there's two of us.
Yep. Yeah. Heather's here to show us how it's done, and I'm here to show you how it's not. Also, once again, this is your weekly memento mori from me and Horner. We are all going to die.
What if we took that to like monthly? What if we didn't have to do that every month?
Yeah, I'll have to do it at the top of the show, too. Make it part of the tweet. Remember, we're all gonna die, but until then, join us for Rhythm Cafe. Count down the days with Rhythm Cafe. To what? That's up to you.
So you're saying we're gonna do a countdown, but we're not gonna let anyone know what the number is that we're counting down from.
You can really decide at any point where you want to stop as a viewer in the countdown.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Should
What do you want to do now, Ian? What do you want to do now?
I want to think about the death of the universe
Oh,
and
okay.
how many numbers
Well,
there are between here and there.
You can do that on your own time, which will be soon.
Very good point.
What if we swapped to like the booth and we told some people about things like the Patreon and how they can find the schedule over at loadingreadyrun.com/live or other places they can give us dollary dues.
Yeah, no, like youtube.com/loadingreadyrun where they can super thank us.
Yeah.
Or twitch.tv/loadingreadyrun where they can subscribe to us and have the money taken out automatically.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of different places you can do that. So maybe if that's your deal, that's something I'd recommend. But if people want to find out what you're doing on the side, what's
Oh, what I'm doing on the side.
side hustle.
You can find my side hustle over at twitch.tv/lunarjade or youtube.com/lunarjade. How about you? I believe you've got like a fancy URL for your side hustle.
I sure did just renew and look over the various domain protections for tiltyhouse.com and tilty.house if you'd like to use a new URL. That's where all the stuff happens. I feel like I've said this recently.
Maybe a week ago, perhaps, or perhaps even less time. I don't know, like another stream.
I was actually like talking about 10 minutes ago, but you were probably deep in the tank there with one of these beat
that.
maps.
Yeah, I was paying attention to that a little bit, but not like a ton.
Oh, no, I wouldn't. Also, you might want to check out loadingreadyrun.com/live to find out what's coming up on the channel whenever you're viewing this, because we got a lot of stuff to see, and it's all over there at loadingreadyrun.com.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Yeah. Have
goodbye.
a good night. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.